think maybe you'll figure it out the more as you record.
Yeah, maybe. Well, but for now, everyone say hi to Carlos. Hi, Carlos.
Hola, mis amigos.
Oh yeah. I wish I actually didn't I never did learn Spanish. I do like learning languages, but I don't know. I just never got around to Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Have
mean,
you
I'd say Spanish is like easy. I don't know. I mean that's just me like speaking as a native speaker. I have no idea to be honest. I don't know how easy it is.
Hmm. Wait, are you native English or Spanish? Like which one did you learn first or was it like same time?
It's like weird. Yeah, I learned Spanish. Like I spoke Spanish like for like my first few years when I was born, and then like I started speaking English around like 4, and I started speaking more English and like not use Spanish that much.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah, I say like I'm equally as proficient on both. Like I'm not
Yeah.
excellent at either one, but it's like I know enough to communicate in both languages. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean that's all you can really ask for, right?
yeah,
So do you think in because I mean I think in like English and like when I'm thinking of other languages I might translate to English. How does that work for you?
I think in English as well.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like even when someone's speaking to me in Spanish, I'm like trying to translate that in my head into English. So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny though because like when you try to translate stuff to English, it's just extremely bad. Like it just doesn't have the same meaning at all.
It, yeah.
I don't know if
The
it's the same
wording,
for like
the word
Spanish.
choice is definitely not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You translate something and it's like this makes no sense, but like in the actual language, it does make sense. Like I don't know. You see a lot of like
Yeah. It's like you could say
Japanese and
something,
stuff.
I don't know, like you could say something in Spanish, like definitely that means like something like caring. And then like in English, it's just like it's like a whole different meaning.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
guess that's pretty cool. I guess it kind of reflects cultures and stuff. Well, speaking of, I guess this would be a pretty good segue into anthropology, right? Because
Anthropology,
isn't that kind of the
culture.
study of almost cultures, almost?
Yeah, it's like it's the study of people, like in a very broad
Hmm.
terms. It's very weird. But I am taking a cultural anthropology class right now, so
Okay.
it's been interesting to say the
How
least.
goes it?
How goes it? I mean, it's like they just assign us readings, we read them, and then we show up for lectures, and then the professors like just go over like the terms, and then like they go over like the readings that we had to read, and then sometimes they like also bring up their own studies like they've done like when they were much younger, because like obviously the professors are like way older than like when they did their studies. But
Yeah.
it's interesting to see because it's like I think we literally went over like a study like right now of like a professor, and like he made a friend. I forgot what place it was, somewhere in Asia. He made a friend who like recently passed away like literally a week ago. So I'm just like, that's kind of crazy. Yeah.
What? Who is this friend? I don't understand.
His friend, like, because he's an anthropologist, so like he
Yeah.
goes out to like different countries to like study like people, like their culture and everything.
Hmm.
And like in order to do that, like he you have to immerse yourself within the
Oh,
community so that you can get like a better grasp of like what the culture truly is, and not just like from an outsider perspective, but like actually live it.
yeah.
So yeah, he's like met many people from like across the world. So that's cool.
That's really cool. So wait, is your major anthro or is it something else?
It's anthro, yeah. I mean, right now I'm just like working on like literally any anthro class like I can get my hands on. Like
Yeah.
the moment, like yeah, like this semester, I thought I was not going to take any anthropology classes
Hmm.
because like most of them are like filled up. So I just like added them waitlist, but I got in like before the semester started, so
Yeah, that's good.
that's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been super lucky with waitlists. I've well, just these past 2 quarters I've gotten everything I needed, which is pretty awesome. But honestly, the college like enrolling in classes is so much more stressful than like how it was in high school because
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
not
because
really
they give you like a
guaranteed.
time, they give you time, and it's like here,
Uh-huh.
sign up during this time, and if you don't sign up and you don't get like immediately into the class, join the wait list, and you hope you get in.
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't know how frequently you go over like your classes or plan your classes, but like when they announced like winter appointment times, or well, not even when they announced it, when they said, "Hey guys, reminder, enrollment's like tomorrow," I was like, "Oh shoot."
Oh, let me start looking at the classes again.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many though.
Yeah, there's a lot. I've like done that too. Like last minute, they're just like registrations next week. Make sure you've met with your academic advisor. I'm like, I haven't done that yet. And I'm like, I have to make a meeting with my advisor like the next day. And then I have to like start looking at classes that same day. Cause when you usually meet with your advisor, they're like, so what classes are you thinking of taking like next semester and stuff like that.
Mhm. Yeah, I've tried making the like 4-year plan kind of thing, but everything just changes so often, you know?
No.
It's hard to keep it updated. But yeah, that's pretty cool with anthropology. I guess you do get to meet a lot of people, or well, you kind of have to, huh?
Yeah, you kind of have to. And I mean, there's like some interesting classes. Like last semester, I took
Mhm.
2 elective courses like that count like for the like credit for the anthropology major. And like one of them was on global mental health, and then the other one was on health cultures in Latin America. So that was it's just major focus on like Latin American countries and like specifically like the health infrastructures and like the history of like the health in like Nicaragua or like Brazil, like you know what's happened, and then like what are the like the courses that are being taken now to like help solve the issues, because there's like a lot of like health disparities in Latin America. So
Mhm.
that was fun to do. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So are you going to, I don't know how anthropology works exactly. Do you usually focus on a certain region or something?
I mean,
Or did you just happen to
yeah,
take
I mean, it really depends.
Mhm.
But I think like if like definitely if I become like an anthropologist or like a research like person or something, I'm focusing on Latin America like 100%.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're pretty set.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty
I've,
set. Like if I'm gonna go that far, yeah, I'm going to Latin America because I mean Spanish. It's just it's like easy, and
yeah,
there's like
yeah,
a
that's
lot of
true.
stuff I don't know. Like I don't know. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of other Spanish countries too,
yeah, Spain,
but okay, but you're pretty set on Latin America.
Latin America. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. That would be pretty cool to kind of see like for me, like okay, I'm Filipino, but I don't really know
Mhm.
that much about like I know like the general
They just
what
the
happened.
general stuff, but not like specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same
So
with me.
so how specific would it get? Because I know you were talking about how certain problems were treated and stuff. Is that typically like the topic of anthropology or
Yeah, I mean, usually
what other things?
when you do research for anthropology, you usually just focus on like the culture and like the people, and then usually you end up like because you end up looking at the culture, you end up just looking at like certain issues that like they have, or like not even
Mhm.
issues that they have, but it's like you just see how they deal with like issues in their way compared to like the modern Western way, like in America. It's like here medicine it's just like antibiotics, flu shot, like shots, vaccines and everything.
Mhm.
But like obviously like in like other countries they don't have those type of resources, so it's like they deal in different manners.
Hmm. So wait, so were you saying you're studying what's happening there recently or in the past?
Yeah, pretty much
Okay,
it's
in the
it's like
past.
it's like in the past we're
Okay,
looking at
okay.
like history, and then we're also like looking at the stuff like now. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. But I've always wondered this, but like at what point is stuff considered like the past or like history? You know what I mean? Because like technically last year is history, or I guess even yesterday. But at what point do you guys start consider something to study?
I mean,
Because
I don't
obviously you
know,
wouldn't really
usually like
study
yeah,
last week, right?
yeah, I mean history is like timeline stuff, like I mean I'd say like probably past stuff is like 1900s, even before that.
Hmm.
Like even like looking far back to like the colonial times, like how everything started from there and like built up to now. And like
Yeah.
present would probably be like 2000s and like up to now. So
Hmm. Did you take APUSH? Because
yeah,
I know you took AP World.
yeah, I took a push.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
the only history class I tried in, I will say that.
Well, everybody had to, or else.
I mean, I don't think we want to be murdered by Miss Woods. So.
But yeah, I mean, you've definitely learned more than I have about different cultures and history, at least by now. Do you have a favorite like story or favorite thing
Favorite
you've learned?
story?
Or maybe
Favorite
what stands
thing?
out to you? Like if someone asks you that question.
From like the classes I've taken, like anthropology wise.
Well, I don't know. I guess whatever you've learned from in that sphere, I guess. Because I think a lot of people think of anthropology and they're like, well, I know
Yeah,
that store.
anthropology is like very so many things. It's so wide. Because I know there's like even courses like that focus like even on just like technology within
Mhm.
anthropology. So it's like kind of weird. But I think I definitely it would probably be like the global mental health class I took. I mean, it was just looking at like how mental health is like such a like a foreign thing in like other countries. Like even in America, it's
Yeah,
like
even yeah, I was about to say.
there's still like there's still some issues like with dealing, like somebody brings up mental health and it's just like, oh, they immediately, treat it with like psychological disorders and like all these like, mental health asylums and all that stuff. But I mean like, yeah, in other countries it's very it's like something that's like not talked about. It's like a taboo pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said, it's pretty much the same here too, honestly.
Yeah. And
There's at least there's a lot of like programs and stuff pushing it, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you watch do you watch Korean dramas?
oh, no.
No.
I watch anime. That's all I can say.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
Yeah.
maybe they do have animes for this, but they have there's this pretty big Korean drama like on Netflix. I think it's like it's okay to not be okay. So
I think I've heard of it.
you probably have because I think it's
I
pretty big
may
on
have watched it too,
Netflix.
but I don't
Oh, you
recall.
have.
So
Oh, maybe.
who
Maybe
knows?
you have. It's the one where she's like an author and she has like some mental trauma somehow. Maybe you have. But anyways,
Sounds
there's a lot of
familiar.
stories like that, I think nowadays
Yeah.
where trying to give a little bit more awareness. Plus
Yeah.
you'll have all those like psychological like thrillers too, which kind of touch
Yeah.
on it too.
Those are always fun.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, have you watched anything good lately?
Lately, not movie wise. I don't know.
Oh well, anything.
I feel like the movies right now that are coming out, it's just kind of like, I'm not sure about it. You know,
Yeah, and well, even if there are any coming out, pretty much not too there's not too much, are there?
there's not like been anything like outstanding recently.
I just
I don't know. I've
remember
I've
Bill
mostly
and
been
Ted.
watching anime, so
Yeah. I I don't know. It's always weird for me because well, no, anime is not weird. Don't cancel me. But
oh gosh, oh no, guys,
but
cancel
I
him now. Do it,
don't do
do it.
it. But like watching shows, like my family likes to watch shows a lot.
Yeah,
But I don't know, I'll watch in with them. But it's not the same for me to like sit down and like watch a TV show every night or regularly or something. I don't
mm-hmm.
know. It's just not. It doesn't grab me. You know.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah. Although when I do catch good anime, you know that anime is going to be done over the weekend for sure.
He's like next morning. He's like, all right, guys, what's next?
Yeah, dude, that's how it is. And the sad thing is like animes are like rarely ever finished. Like there's always something more. So like you finish like
Yeah,
a season,
and so you gotta wait
there's another
for
one.
another season to come out, or
Mhm.
if not, they just leave it. They just end it like on a weird kind of open cliffhanger.
Exactly. Those
Yeah,
those are the worst. What
the
are
worst.
what are your top animes?
Top anime. Oh gosh, not this
Or
topic.
well,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
A better question.
Okay. I would say up to now, like, I mean, even though like, they haven't done anything since season one. Like, I think season two is supposed to come out this year, but like, I'd say the best anime I've watched so far would be like the Rising of the Shield Hero. That was good anime.
Mm,
Definitely enjoyed it.
yeah. Yeah, because I was about to ask too, like There was something interesting that I heard where like don't ask like instead of someone didn't ask me like my favorite song or something. They asked what was the which song could you listen to for like forever? So like would your answer change for anime? Like which one if you had
Anime
to only watch one?
forever.
Yes. Would it still be the
It
same?
would it would still be that one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that were like go beyond like just the like the action like within the show, and I'm like, so there's definitely like a lot of things that are called. I would say like the main character. I feel like you could almost sympathize with them. There's yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess on that note, what do you think makes a good anime, show, book, whatever? What makes a good story in your opinion?
I mean, definitely it can't be like repetitive. Like there's always like those classic like anime shows. Where it's just like fighting, fighting, and fighting. I'm like, where's the plot? Like, huh?
Fight a dude. See you next episode where we fight another dude.
Fight another dude. Yeah, or it's like, or even just like shows that like it's just a bunch of filler and like they never get to the main point, and it's just like, yeah, I would say like probably it shows like there's definitely like well planned out like plot within like the show, because like I mean animes just come from mangas, so like the
Mhm.
manga has to be like well planned out and like written like carefully by the author obviously, and so like they know what's happening, like they're like continue writing, but like
Yeah.
I don't know, it definitely there has to be like progress, character development for sure. I mean you can't always have the same boring character.
Mhm.
SAO. But
I'm gonna cancel you, bro.
I mean, hey, I don't know. I mean,
No,
I don't
but
think anyone
that's
wants to
fair.
see Kirito just, like OP, just slay everything in like his side. That's kind of boring.
I think One Punch Man did that kind of archetype
One
justice for
Punch,
sure.
yeah, One Punch Man. Why did I say One Punch? Oh my gosh, One Punch Man. Yeah, I watched 2 episodes of that. I'm like, bro, it's the same thing. Like, I'm gonna move on. No, he's like, I'm trying to find someone stronger than me. Punch, and then they die. And it's like, well, what are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
Well, I think that one was interesting because it kind of like turns it to like the side characters that were like brought to the spotlight.
That's true.
So I think that was a pretty cool idea. Even with
More
like
focused on the side characters than the main character itself.
yeah.
Because like
After
everyone already knows, like the main characters there, like it's always gonna be the same ending. So
yeah, main characters OP, but what about the NPCs?
right,
I always wondered I always thought that would be a pretty cool like concept to investigate.
like just
But
NPCs.
well, yeah. You know, kind of like give the spotlight to well, not the main character, the one you would expect to be the main character.
Mm, that's
You know
true.
what I mean? Because I mean,
Yeah.
they probably have, or like kind of. I think they've done shows like this though, where they're like, they live in the town that was accidentally destroyed by the protagonist,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I think I think that would be, I think that's a kind of genre that could be explored more. But
Maybe.
yeah, I think character development is really good. And you're right, it definitely does require a good manga or good source material,
Mm-hmm.
but some adaptations are kind of horrendous.
Questionable. Yeah. It's like I don't know. It's like reading about this, like what?
Yeah. I I don't well, I mean, this one's not really it wasn't bad, but I think even if I I think adaptations like when they do it like one to one, which typically what they do, right?
They tried to, yeah.
They kind of like copy pasted. But I think well, I don't know. I watched a webtoon adaptation. I don't know if you read webtoons.
No, which one? Which one did you watch?
It was um Gangnam Beauty.
Oh,
You probably
I've
did
heard of
not.
it.
It's like a rom com basically.
Uh,
But when they
wait, I
made the
think I've heard of it.
adaptation, you have. I
Wait,
think you
what?
probably have because they
Wait, what was it called?
um There's one. My ID is Gangnam Beauty, and then there's also another one just called True Beauty. Maybe,
Hmm.
but they
I've
made
heard
both
of
of
them.
those. Yeah, they made both of those into a Korean drama.
Okay, interesting, interesting.
But True Beauty, one of them, they kind of, at
Was
least to me,
not
it seemed like they were definitely taking liberties.
it was not beauty to see.
It was something. I mean, some parts were enjoyable, but I don't know. You'll definitely always have those fans that are like, no, it's got to be the same exact plot, or else.
True. I feel like that's the most. I don't know. I feel like with K dramas, I feel like the most iconic thing you can think of, especially with like the like romantic K drama stuff, is like always like like the guy and the girl, and it's like they get close, and it's like, or like if not, they're like really shy, and it's like they look one way, and it's
Yes,
like, well, let's look the other way, or it's
yes.
like for some reason, whenever they make eye contact, it's like the whole thing just slows down. I'm like, bro, what the
Uh,
heck?
yeah,
I
there's
always find it funny. I don't know.
yeah, no, dude, we laugh at that too, even though like we watch so many, and yeah, there's so many cliches. It's like the one where they have to kiss on episode 12 out of 16, or like,
Yeah,
or the one where the guy comes out with an umbrella, or
that's true.
they
Or like
always
he comes
reuse the
running
same
after the girl.
exact, especially on the bus.
Or
Yes.
if not, it's either the guy or the girl that's in love with like the main character, but then the main character is focused on someone else,
Hmm.
and it's like a weird like thing. I don't know.
I
It's
hate
always
those.
those cliches. Yeah,
Those are the
I
worst.
hate those too because I'm just like, bro, like how about you turn around and problem solve it?
That's how it is. I Nobody knows. Yeah, I hate like triangles, hexagons, squares. I
Any
hate
shape, any
those.
shape.
I hate those because you always end up
We only taking the lines,
oh
straightforward. Yeah,
lines only because you always end up rooting for the wrong one and then getting
yeah,
disappointed at the end.
yeah.
But yeah, we should have a watch party
Watch for it.
for I don't know. It doesn't have to be a K drama because I know that's not the most accessible genre.
Mm.
But I think I don't know. Have you have you been keeping in touch with a lot of people from like high school and stuff?
Not really. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard. Like, once, like, especially, I think with the time zone, I think that's what makes it hard. And
Mhm.
most of the time, like, always busy.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I don't know. Is this wait? You said semester, right?
yeah.
So is this your second semester?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Leonard was telling me that at UNR they have semesters too.
Yeah. I
I think
think
they
most
use.
colleges run by semesters.
I think so. Yeah. UCSD has a quarter system, so it feels extremely fast.
Yeah. Wait, so
You
you're taking a full course in a quarter?
That's what it feel. I mean, I assume so. I think so. I don't
That sounds,
know.
wow, that sounds brutal. I could
Yeah,
not.
yeah. I honestly don't know what to compare it to because I literally
I
haven't.
mean, high school, I guess, right? Quarter systems.
I guess so, but even the quarter system in ATEC,
Well, yeah. You did have a class for the whole year, so.
yeah, you did have it for the whole year, but for this one, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. To your question,
So like
if
every
these are
quarter,
like
do you
full
just sign up for
classes.
different classes then?
Yeah. So I just signed up a
Um,
couple of weeks ago for spring quarter.
oh dang. Okay, so technically it's like you're taking a full course and a quarter.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oof.
I don't know how like distilled it is, but it feels like a lot.
Yeah, must be.
So maybe it is. I don't know. Listeners will probably hear me talk about that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing it, if you're hanging in there, I mean, props to you.
Yeah, and I mean, not to say that it's not interesting at all because it's definitely interesting and definitely hard,
Yeah, for sure.
which is pretty cool. I I think coming from high school and stuff, I think you need to still be challenged about the same. You know,
Mhm.
how is it being on campus though?
Uh, I mean, I don't know. Last semester, I was like this. Like my spring semester, my fall semester are very different. Like last semester, I
Oh.
did not go out at all. All my classes were online, so I was like, you know what? I'll just stay in
Oh.
my room the entire day,
Hmm.
and that's what I did. But that was kind of boring. I like only went out to like get food, to like hang out with friends, and then like go to the gym. Like that's about it. I don't
But
know.
you're saying this semester?
Yeah, this semester I've been forcing myself to go out to like different buildings to study, which has been a very nice change in like scenery in general. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know because like I feel like when I'm in my room, I'm like I feel lazy, and then like my bed is like right there, so I'm just like if I'm tired and lazy,
Yeah,
just hop
fair.
in bed, take a nap. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm a firm believer in the idea that naps are evil.
Really?
I hate naps, dude, because I can't sleep.
I don't know. I mean, I always take naps. Well, sometimes it depends on the day, to be honest. But recently, I've not been taking as many naps as I used to,
Why?
which I'd say is a good
Just
thing.
just cause?
I've been getting more sleep. I will say that.
Dude, I remember you were pretty sleepy in high school.
Bio, yeah, bio senior, dude. That was my sleep class. Like walked in, I would like be up for like a minute, and as next you know, I'm passed out, and then by the time the bell rings, I'm like, all right, time to go to I don't know what class I had afterwards.
What did we have next? I think we kind of walked together.
Oh, I had
'Cause I was walking to
AP
CS.
Lang, AP Lang.
Lang, right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember there was this one time where I was like, Carlos, it's time to go.
and I was just like, what?
You were knocked out, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, first semester in high school was brutal.
Hmm.
I
And I
mean,
guess that's kind of how it is.
yeah, I was juggling many things, extracurriculars, work,
Yes. Work
um,
especially, I
and then
think, can.
college applications as well.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was quite the
that was
year.
brutal. Let's just say first semester was brutal. Like senior year, I was just like, I remember some nights, just staying up, and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, I would like text you at like late, and like you would respond, and I'm like, oh what? Why are you awake?
Why is still awake? Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm like working on a college application. Like, I just finished my homework. Time to work on my college application.
Dude, the grind doesn't stop. The grind doesn't
Yeah.
stop. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that things have been going better this semester. Because I remember you told me you were like, okay, we're gonna go to college and be like uber social or more social, you know.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I definitely know a lot of people. I will say that. I mean, I had like attended a summer program for my like university, like literally this like the summer that just went by.
mhm.
So I like met a lot of people. I mean, it was on
Oh cool.
Zoom, but like I met a lot of people, and so like getting on campus, so it's just like I already had like people like I could talk to and stuff. So
Okay.
and
Do
then even now,
you
like I've been like
mm,
talking to more people, like just reaching out.
yeah, very cool. Wait, are most people on campus?
Yeah, there's a couple of people on campus.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, like all the dorm buildings are like filled. So
Oh, serious?
yeah.
I
Well,
wonder
I
how
don't
it
know if
works.
that's a lot. I would say because
That
I
does
don't
sound
know.
like a lot.
Yeah, but like they're only putting one person per room. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
yeah. Because if not, like I would have a roommate with me, like right behind me. But
Yeah, probably.
yeah, but COVID, they're like one person per room, and I got fortunate to get a double room, so more
Oh, you're
space.
in a double?
Yeah,
Oh, dang. That
I
must be
was like
pretty
very
nice.
fortunate. Yeah, and like what I did
So,
is like I got the twin beds and I put
yeah.
them together, so I have
Oh,
like
that's the
one
strat.
huge bed. Yeah,
Although I
I'm
think
like,
I tried something like that though once, and I was always like falling in the crack.
I was like, you got to sleep like the opposite way. So instead of like the beds are like this way,
Uh-huh.
you lay down that way.
Oh, okay,
You lay the
okay.
other way
Is
so that way you
that's
don't
the
fall in the
strat?
crack. Yeah,
That's a pretty good strat. And for anyone listening on the audio feed, Carlos made a Carlos kind of did a demonstration of how you should sleep on the bed.
It's
I'm not
like
gonna
right
try
next
and
to each
recreate
other.
it because I can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. Are you wait? So do you ever like meet anyone like just randomly in the quad or the commons or something, or does that not
Like
really happen because everyone's supposed to be?
I will say I don't know how to say this because my floor has like the floor like in the building in my building like my floor specifically is like kind of dead. I don't know because I'm like the second
There are
floor
people in
and like
there?
the yeah like the floor above and
Oh,
below us like they're very social like everyone knows each other and then
uh-huh.
my floor is just like for certain reason everyone's just like you like if you walk outside the hall like you just don't see people or like even in the common no
It's a
one's in
ghost
there
town.
yeah like nothing
That's super funny.
but it is low-key my I will say my building's like low-key kind of like a social like party building.
Oh, you got the party. You got the party dorm.
Yeah, I mean it's low key though. Like it's nothing that serious because I know there's another building like literally every like once the weekend hits, it's literally every room you go to, it's just like parties, and I'm like,
What?
bro, what? Like
That's
in the RAs,
crazy.
they're like they don't care.
RAs non-existent.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, okay, if that's what they
That's.
want to do in the weekends,
I guess so.
I guess so. Yeah.
Well, well, I assume you guys are all kind of like all quarantined together. Is St. Louis? I'm not sure. Is that like, is your campus next to like a city or something, or is it
It's
more?
actually, it's like outside the city.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
could technically go out on the weekends. It sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a park like literally like 15-20 minutes walking from the campus. So,
Mm,
yeah, going there is
yeah.
always nice.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was always looking forward to in college. Is just
Just going
I
out
don't
to
know, kind
walk.
of like walking around. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I did that a lot like last semester. I mean, it kind of sucked though, because like when I like moved in, it was like in the middle of like like the end like summer like summer was still like in the season like it wasn't even fall yet.
Was it hot there?
So it was humid. It was pretty humid.
Oh, it's humid.
It would be like 80, but like the humidity would be like 70-80%. So like
70,
you
eighty
walk out,
percent
yeah. So you would walk out, and it's like it wouldn't feel that bad,
Uh-huh.
but then like the moment you like you just step out, be there for a few minutes, and you'd be drenched.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
I remember those days. I would change my shirt like 2-3 times a day.
wow. That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
sweat a lot too, so it's like it doesn't
Uh-huh.
help at all.
Yeah, it's always weird to go from
The
here
dry.
from yeah, so we're from Las Vegas. But it's always weird to go from here to a humid place because you step outside and you're like, I'm drowning. Too much too much humidity. But yeah. Is it colder there as compared
In
to
Vegas,
here? Yeah.
yeah, just colder. I mean,
Oh, okay.
like 2 weeks ago, like I don't know, it's kind of weird. 2 weeks ago, like we just got hit by like snow and like
Oh,
the
it
end of
snowed.
like winter. Yeah, like winter was just like we're about to end, so we're giving it all. Like literally, it went from like Sunday like 10 degrees, and then the next day Monday morning it was like 50 degrees
Oh.
outside. I'm like, how? Like at winter was just like, yeah, I'm out, peace.
Yeah, I think the same thing actually happened with my uncle lives in Seattle and there was like a gigantic like blizzard snowstorm thing where like everyone had to stay in their houses and stuff. So I don't know. I guess the world is
But it was definitely nice. I mean, the lowest it got here was like 0.
mhm.
It was nice though. Definitely.
Yeah.
And then seeing snow, like I like snow like covering everything, not just like, like half an inch or like an inch,
Yeah.
It was several inches. So it was nice.
Did you do the whole make snowman, snow angels, go sledding?
Uh, we tried sledding with signs that like we have on campus. Because on campus we have like when you walk around for like your classes,
Mhm.
like they would have signs out that'd be like, oh, like maintain social distancing, or it's like or like it would be a sign. It would just be like, this is this building, or like this is
Yeah.
the
Oh,
shuttle
oh.
stop.
So like
And
those
so
signs in like Pokemon.
yeah, so like we would like just take them out of the ground and we would like try using them. You know,
Did it work?
it would be like, we just go down a little bit, and it's just
Right.
like, oh, what do we do now?
That's super funny. And you just put them back after or what?
We just left them when we found them.
Oh, okay. So they're just
Yeah,
laying around and you
yeah.
that's what Pokemon Sandbox would be
Vandalism,
like.
but no one knows. No one needs to know.
Yeah, no, it's not like this is a podcast or anything. No one's gonna listen to this. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
And then like the
Thank you.
snowman stuff, I don't know how to make snowman. So I was like, how do people like make, like make the snow stick?
Mhm.
And I didn't have gloves either. So like if I put my hands in the snow,
Oh,
the moment I pull them out, it's just like burning cold.
yeah,
I'm like, nope,
yeah.
not for me.
Snow
So
without snow without proper gear is terrible.
yeah, you know, I've learned that the cold can burn you.
Hmm.
Frostbite.
Are you gonna invest in some? I'm sure this isn't gonna be the only time it's gonna snow in your 4 or so years.
My foot, yeah. I'm planning for next year, gloves, snowshoes, sure, or at least boots, waterproof
Mhm.
boots or something. And
Mhm.
because I did not have the proper like clothing for it at all.
Yeah,
I just had
pants.
it.
Pants are super important too. Don't forget those.
Yeah. I mean, pants are just pants. Yeah.
No, no, no. Like when your jeans get wet, it gets
Oh,
cold. But if you have good pants, then it feels toasty, you know?
true. I don't know.
But I don't know. Oh, and also there was last season when we did go to Seattle and it did snow, they my uncle ordered these like snowball makers. So it's like, I don't know how to describe it. Like
Is it
like
like a thing
like a
like you can put
scissor
the
kind of
snow in
thing.
and it's like clamp it up
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then like it
exactly.
makes
So
a
like,
snowball?
so it would have
Okay,
those two
okay.
clamps and it would make a perfect snowball.
Nice.
That's the thing. And like you would take it out and it's pretty legit, dude.
So that's the stress. So what I'm hearing is that next year's buy snowball makers and just start throwing
Yes.
them at my friends. That's
Yes,
that's the
yes.
strap.
Exactly. Just mass produce those things, dude.
Mass, yeah, never be like, what the hell? Don't worry about it.
If you do make a lot of them, definitely send me that because that would be a super funny picture. I just imagine like a big
Just like a
like
mountain of snowballs.
just a huge just a huge stockpile like
It's
that
like
would be
I'm
super
ready for any
hilarious.
fight, yo. Come at me.
That would dude, that would have so much meme potential. Like you just stand next to your like this and you're like that would have massive meme potential.
This is war.
Yes. So if you do that,
That could be a possibility.
yes. And if it does happen, I'll update these show notes to include that so you guys can use that picture too.
Just casually, just link, Instagram, Snapchat,
Mhm. Yeah.
Twitter. I don't use Twitter, but
I don't use Twitter either. I was considering like making one for the podcast and stuff, but I don't know if I will. Twitter seems kind
you
of weird.
should. I mean, it's definitely a good way to like branch out for sure. A lot of people use Twitter. I just don't use it. I don't know. I don't know. It's just something that doesn't like appeal to me.
Yeah.
Like even with Instagram and Snapchat, like I just have people added, but like I don't use it that often.
Hmm.
It's just
Yeah,
more
me
to stay
too.
in touch with people. Like that's why I'm like with Twitter. I'm like, I already have Instagram and Snapchat to like stay in touch.
Mhm.
Twitter's just like nothing
Yeah.
much.
And the only thing for me with Instagram is like, okay, I guess it's cool to DM or whatever, but like, I literally don't get notifications.
Oh really?
I don't know
Oh,
why.
oh,
Like,
it might be your settings. Oh, you should get that.
I
You should get that checked.
I did. I tried to turn it on, and then it brings me to the iPhone settings,
Oh,
to the notification settings,
oh,
and then I scroll
maybe
there. Instagram's not even there.
maybe uninstall and then install the app.
Yeah,
That might
but then
solve
I
it.
would have to know what my login was.
No, no, not the username password. Oh no.
I used my I used my school account, my school email for so many things. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I did. So I don't
Okay,
even know if
guys,
I would be able
his
to
school
retrieve.
email is Jacob 1234
No, no,
at
no.
gmail.com.
Don't do it. But
All right, guys,
yeah,
get to it.
don't spam me. Don't spam me. There's already enough email in there. Do you have a lot of
Course.
email in your inbox too? Like
Oh,
hundreds.
which email? My school email, like the email that the school gave me,
All of
like the
my emails
university
are
gave me.
flooded.
Yeah, I would say so. I don't know. Like the university one is just like a bunch of like updates from like Canvas and like classes and stuff.
Dude, too many updates.
Yeah, I like have the email like open up on a browser. Just like every now and then I just hear like a ding and I'm like, oh, new email.
I know. And sometimes I don't know how it is for you, but I've had so many like windows and tabs open that like I'll hear like a Discord notification or mail notification. And I'm just trying to hunt it down.
Which tab
But
was
there's
it?
too many things. Yeah, there's too many things.
I actually no. I think the most tabs open I've had was like 10. I don't have a lot of tabs open.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like work things like I don't work on like many things all at once. I like do one thing at a time, and then once I finish it, I
That's
close all
probably
those
best.
tabs and then like work on the next thing.
Yeah, that's probably best.
So like it
I
doesn't clutter up. Yeah, because I mean sometimes I've like I'm doing an assignment and then like I remember like oh
yeah.
I have this other assignment and then I pull it up in
Uh-huh.
a different tab and then next it's like 10, 12 tabs pulled. I'm like
Exactly.
I'm not working on it right now though, so like I'll just close it out and I'll just finish the one I'm working on right now. So
Yeah. I don't know. I guess there's something with me where I'm like, oh well, I better keep this up just for convenience when I go back to work on it. But then at that point, I have like I have so many. I'm just
it's
looking
like
at it
a
right now. I have
hundred
so many
windows and
windows.
it's like you just like clicking on it's like which one was it?
Yeah, so it's actually worse. So I don't know. Maybe I'll definitely try to take a page out of your book for that one
Yeah.
because I'm definitely so I'm on a MacBook, so it has that thing where you can go see all of your windows at once,
Mm.
and I love that
Or you
feature.
could also organize by windows too.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
don't
can
do
you?
that, but yeah, like like if you like scroll up and you see like all the windows that you have open,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like you can like open up literally like on the side, it's like a new window. It's like new desktop, yeah, and just
Oh yeah, yeah. I yes, I've definitely used that before.
I think that's probably a good feature for you.
Mhm. I have too much stuff open. But yeah. Oh, by the way, um, so I remember sending you some music stuff
That
for
was
us
like a
to
while
kind of
back.
do, like a super long time ago.
Yeah, that
Super
was
long
like
time ago.
quarantine. Yeah, like in the midst of it, like when everything went down, April.
Yes, that was an interesting time to say the least.
Mhm.
Would you ever want to do it again?
Probably, yeah. I mean, probably. I need reasons to, play my instrument because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna let that go for sure.
Now I don't really know how because like I play the violin and like piano, guitar, and those kinds of things. But I think those kind of I don't know what the word is, but like they usually play like the melodies and
Yeah, they all fall like
the
under the same
chords.
key. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So for trumpet, do you ever like hear a song and you're like, okay, let's go play?
It's
Is it
more like
usually
trying to hunt what the song is and then looking up videos of like other people playing it. And it's just like,
mm,
you end up like just drowning into like music of like people playing it. And next, I found like people just playing like other music. It's kind of interesting.
so do you like learn those?
No,
Because
I don't
I
know.
know I
I've
know
like
you've
never had that the like I want to like learn how to play. It's more like,
oh
ooh,
really?
this sounds interesting.
Oh, and just hear more about it.
And then I just hear more of it. Yeah. I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's what like happened with like marching band stuff.
Yeah.
Because I remember like I like looked into like marching band, and then next I ended up like on like this like professional like marching band like stuff. So like I don't know, dude. That makes me want to audition for it, but I don't
Dude,
know.
you should.
Yeah, I mean I should probably soon if I want to, because like the way that like marching band stuff works, it's like they take people from like 16 up till 21, and then once you're older
Uh-huh.
than 21, it's like you can't perform anymore. You're out.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, they're like they only want young performers. But I mean, there's like many groups within, like it's a whole like competition or group thing. So like there's
Yeah.
many groups you can audition for.
Oh, okay. So I would
Yeah.
imagine this is like a sort of like conference, like a whole like branch of all these different marching bands?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. And you're saying you should join a local one before you're too old.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I saw first, I was like, when I'm 18, I'm auditioning. I'm 18 now. I'm not going anywhere right now, so
Okay. Well, get on it, Carlos. Get on it.
yeah, kind of slacking. Yeah,
Do you have like a favorite performance, either that you've done or that you've like seen?
I think performance wise, I think in general for like band, like concert band, jazz band, marching band, probably marching band.
Hmm. Okay. Is it
Yeah,
like? I mean, obviously, I've never done marching band, but so is the harder part the steps individually or the actual
the music.
playing? Oh, okay.
It depends, because I know one year like we had really hard music,
Uh-huh.
and like the steps like we had to take were also kind of like, I don't know. It was interesting. I
Mm.
would say like when I first did it, it was like definitely the walking, like the marching, the stepping. Because
Yeah,
when I first did marching band, I was like, I know how to play the music, but then once they put us on the field, I was like, yo, how do I play again? Like I'm trying to like march. So it
yeah,
was a struggle.
I'd
But
imagine
then
that would
after
be.
that, it like becomes like set,
Oh, okay.
like second thing. Like at that point, you
Yeah.
just, and especially with like the amount of practice that they make us do, like
Mm.
I would just end up like you just end up remembering like where to like march or like how far you have to march,
Yeah.
and you would just have to remember like obviously playing. So
Hmm. But that's probably yeah. Marching band practice is pretty hardcore.
yeah,
I've heard of other people that do it. I think I should talk to you about this, but
yeah,
you guys practice like a lot.
yeah. I think when I did it, I think we had like 4 rehearsals per week. Like four
For like a
rehearsals like out of the
while.
7 days a week. That's more than half the week. So it was pretty brutal.
Math checks out, yeah.
Yeah, and it would be like straight after school from
Yeah.
3 until 8 p.m.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, can get pretty intense. I have seen some performances though with some pretty complex like steps or what's the word that I'm looking for? Like positioning?
Yeah, or
If
something.
that's the
Yeah,
word.
and marching shows, they're also like sometimes you end up like doing some like moves. I don't know how to say like I wouldn't consider them like dance moves and choreography. That's the word.
Choreography, yes, that's
Yeah,
the word. That's the word.
yeah. There'd be like some interesting like choreography going on. It's like
Mhm.
it's all happening at once. It's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it's always amazing to me how much you could do with like a big group,
Yeah,
just like with everyone and like seeing I don't know like an aerial view or something,
yeah, that's
and
true.
even listening to it, you can.
Um,
There's so much you could do with a huge group.
yeah, I think the fun part is always like performing. Like
Mm.
getting onto the field. It's just like the adrenaline. It's just like you have to perform. You have to do your best. You can't mess up. If you mess up, it's over for like the entire group. It's not over for you because like it's like a group effort. It's not just your own. So
Hmm. Yeah, and you're right. Because that's pretty much that's your only performance like in a season, right? Like you'd only I'd
yeah, you only
imagine you
get
don't have
like
too
every time you
many.
perform, it's just a one-time thing.
Yeah,
You can't
that's
redo it. So
mm, that's always been like the mind-boggling thing for me for different performers. Like if you're singing or even if you're like a gymnast or dancer, whatever it is.
like anything, like yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it because I mean you're practicing for four
a
days a
one like a
week.
one-shot thing. One chance.
Yeah, and you have what, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes to show everything off that you've been working on. That's
Yeah,
always crazy to me. But I think that's awesome that you guys commit yourselves to that. Is there
definitely
anything?
fun years.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess you'd probably meet a lot of people with that too.
Yeah.
Does I was just wondering this now. So wait, so does anthropology also cover stuff like music too?
Um, I don't. I don't think so.
No?
I've
Oh,
yeah, so far I've like heard nothing about music, so
oh, interesting.
yeah. But I
I
am
would
planning to
imagine that's
minor in
pretty.
music. I'm planning to
Oh.
minor in jazz studies. So
Mm.
yeah, right now I'm taking like a history class on pop music and American culture. So
Hmm.
that's interesting.
Yeah. I one of my first well, my first class in college was a jazz like appreciation class.
Mm,
And I don't know, just hearing all that music is it's crazy how everything's
no, yeah.
improvised. I thought you didn't do that much jazz.
I mm, I did do jazz for like a few years. In high school, not really. I think in high school, I
Oh,
like
okay.
out of the 4 years, I only did jazz like 1.5 years. It was like
Oh, okay.
and even then, it was like nothing that serious, nothing insane.
But it sounds like you're gonna do it more now.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. I mean, the plan for next year is, I think like definitely if I'm gonna go with this plan for like next academic year is like, audition for an ensemble like here at my school.
Mhm.
And so like I obviously have to get back to practicing. So
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Well, now you said it on the podcast, so everyone can
yeah,
keep
there's
you
that
hold you
ambition that I
accountable.
have to fulfill now. Yep, exactly. Uh,
Yes. Yeah, I'd love to talk about music a lot.
so, yeah, jazz is like always like the best thing I enjoy. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, I well to me, I think like the essence of jazz is the improvisation.
It's so much, yeah. It's like not even like more. I guess you could say it's like also like very technique heavy, in terms of playing.
Oh, definitely. No,
But
I don't think
yeah,
anyone would say that it doesn't.
yeah, but like I think it's definitely like the improv, like the free flow sort of thing. It's a
Yeah.
feeling. It's like a good feeling. It's not just.
Hmm.
It's not
Yeah,
very
for sure.
strict.
Did you watch Soul,
Yeah, I watched Soul.
the
It was a
Disney
good
movie?
movie.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah,
Very.
jazz is a fun genre for sure.
Yeah.
I would also there's another Carlos that I want to get on.
Oh, nice.
Insane in the Rain.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was like you insane in the raid. I was like the only other Carlos I can think of is like that guy. Berkeley School Music. Yeah,
Yes, I think he recently graduated.
I
I
think
think.
so. Yeah, I haven't watched anything from him recently. But,
Did you listen to his album that he came out with? That's
mm,
Innovation.
no, but like
Dude, you
from
gotta
when
listen
I
to it.
first found out like about him to like where he is now, it's crazy.
Yeah, he makes some good stuff. And I don't know if
Yes,
you've
like
read. I don't know if
grown
you've
so
read his
much.
descriptions,
No.
but his descriptions are kind of like his thought process
Mhm.
for arranging and everything. Dude, the man puts so much thought into his stuff. It's not just like there's one that I was reading, and I would imagine like, okay, so he's gonna talk about the process, I guess. Okay, so I'll pick this harmonic and this chord or whatever. But no, he's like, yeah, so this I wanted to tell a story, the hero's journey or something. And it's crazy how much thought he puts into it.
No, I'd imagine. Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, like the music he makes, it's like it has a story. Like
Mhm.
even if you listen to like just like any one song that he has like on his YouTube, it's just like there's a story to like the entire thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess I don't think people really think of music like that, where
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
a way to
depends. I think it's really dependent on the audience.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like I
But
think
I
if
think
you
everything
know
has it.
more about music, if you feel like if you have musical background, I would say like you would look at it more as like a story. You would focus more on the story aspect and not just like the listening for enjoyment.
Mm-hmm. So would your minor in jazz be well, would that be more theory based or something else?
Yeah, it would be like more theories.
Oh,
Like
okay.
yeah, like next semester I'm hopefully gonna audition for an ensemble, and then I also am gonna take jazz studies. So
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
then you'll definitely have a lot of stuff to talk about
a
music.
lot of yeah. I'm gonna have fun, and I'm hopefully gonna struggle with the, the jazz theory class. So I'm
Hopefully
like,
that'll be fun.
it's like not classical music, you know.
Yeah, it's weird because everyone, I mean, you're bound to hear comparisons between classical or jazz,
Yeah,
but I think they're, well, I mean, obviously classical doesn't take from jazz, but
mhm.
jazz takes so much from classical and really from
Just
everything.
like bends it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like, let's just take this and just. That's like, well, okay,
yeah, they're like, oh, I really like that run you just played. Let me do that again,
but
but
backwards.
inverted. Yeah. Jazz
let,
is
let me
really
add
cool.
some few like just random sprinkles here and there.
Mhm. Is trumpet's not a very common instrument in jazz, is it?
Oh, it is. It is.
It is.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would say like the most common instruments in jazz. It's like piano,
saxophone.
saxophone, trumpet.
Oh.
Yeah,
Trumpet, probably bass and drums.
bass and drum. Yeah, like if you're gonna make like a very small group, you would all you would need is like piano, bass, drums, and then like saxophone or trumpet or both, and like that's it.
Mm, yeah, there was a whole
And then
section.
everything else is just like it's just adding on to like the sound,
Yeah,
like
there's so
guitar.
many sounds you could add. Yeah, I think jazz really seems like, oh, we got to pick from these 4 or 5 whatever instruments, but there's some people making some pretty good music with a bunch of all kinds of instruments.
Yeah, I mean like now you have like flutes, clarinets, I don't know what else.
Yeah,
Maybe not
yeah.
tuba, but
I well, it's funny that you mentioned that because there was a, remember that class that I took last quarter, the jazz appreciation class, that one.
mm-hmm.
So one of the sections, is that the right word? One of the weeks, like every lecture will cover something different. But this one week was like uncommon instruments in jazz, and yeah, it would have like there would be like a tuba. There's a guy who plays oboe
French horn, I'd
and a
imagine.
harmonica. Yeah, French horn was in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. But I don't know, they fit in their own way, which is
yeah. I
super
mean,
cool to me.
I'd say it literally depends on like the sound that you're trying to go
Mm.
for.
Yeah, because I can't. There's some instruments like in pop music that I can't really imagine the oboe really catching on
Yeah, I mean,
in a pop
in
song.
pop music, yeah, you would mostly just hear trumpet and saxophone, like in most music.
Mhm. Yeah, or guitar. Well, guitar for sure, and a
Guitar, yeah.
piano. But yeah, jazz is pretty cool. I like that. So maybe if you'd like to be on again, we could talk about your adventures in music. I think that would be a
You
fun
like
episode.
jazz? Who knows?
Yes, and maybe I could get Carlos on the show. Well, you and the other Carlos. That would be really cool.
Yes, the random, me, the random, and then like the very famous Carlos.
Yeah, maybe not on the same episode though, because that might get confusing.
That might, yeah. I mean,
But I
or
think
you
it
could
would be
just
fun.
call him Insane in the Rain.
Insane in the Rain.
Yeah,
That's a pretty long name.
it really
Insane
is.
in the Rain. Music.
Music, yeah. We can't forget the music, obviously,
Don't
but
forget the music.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Oh, also, I guess speaking of that, what do you think of the name, the LTP podcast?
I've heard it stands for nothing yet, but
It's
it's just a cool acronym that you made up with. But
okay. Well, can you assign it some meaning? What do you think LTP stands for?
I I have no thoughts.
Okay.
I've heard that it stands for learning to podcast, but
That's one
the
interpretation.
learning to podcast.
The learning to podcast. Yes.
Yes,
It's
sir.
funny. It's funny because there actually is another LTP podcast. It's but
But there's
it's
actually stands for something.
it does stand for something. So Leonard and I were actually talking about it. This was off camera, so I guess you guys
Yeah.
are kind of getting a little bit of a feature. But we were talking about like what else it could stand for, and Leonard was like, Oh, there's something in psychology that's LTP. Does it ring a bell for you?
I heard of it, but I don't know.
It's long-term potentiation. Do you remember that word? Where it's like your neurons are like learning,
The
essentially.
neuron, yeah.
So that's the other podcast. There's
Long-term potentiation podcast.
there's a neuroscience podcast called
That
the
makes sense.
LTP podcast. Well, without the the. That's where mine is different. Mine has a the.
Guys, take notes. The DAW makes all the difference.
Yes. So hopefully
3
people
letters.
still find it. But yeah, I think we're rising up in the rankings. So maybe when you search
In
up
the
LTP, industry. So maybe it won't. Maybe the first suggestion won't be Learn Thai podcast in the near future.
Learn
Learn Thai podcast. That I think that's what
Thai.
currently shows up. But yeah, I was there anything else you wanted to bring up before we?
Yeah, not much.
Okay. Where else can we find you and how your musical journey is going, and anthropology?
See,
Can we
this would be a
find you
good moment.
anywhere?
This would be a good moment to plug my Instagram and Snapchat, but I rarely use them. So
Oh yeah, you mentioned that earlier.
yeah, I mean, I'd say I don't know. I don't use Instagram like at all. Like I think last post I had was like graduation post from high
My
school.
last post is from 2016.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could plug my Snapchat.
Okay, well, only if you want to. Do you want to?
How does one do that?
I don't know. Just read out your handle,
How-
and
how do
I'll
I-
probably write it in the show notes too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just put it in my Snapchat is lowercase cr_0725.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It's very generic. I made it when I was like 12, and I was like I couldn't think of anything, so I was like, let's just use my initials and my birthday.
Yes, that's. I mean, it's pretty solid because my first tag was DSJP, which was literally the DS console plus my initials.
Your initials, yep.
I actually still have that for a lot of accounts. So look me up if you guys want to play. But yeah.
If you want to play it.
I don't know. I use it for almost everything. So yeah.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks, Carlos. Oh, have you ever thought of like making music?
No.
Okay, fair. All right.
Maybe someday in the future when I feel confident in my own abilities to produce music.
I don't think anyone ever makes it confident. I think you kind of just have to do it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say I'm confident in podcasting or talking, but I'm just like I better just do it because I'm never gonna get it, But
at some point.
But yeah, if you do drop a SoundCloud, or something, you
SoundCloud.
Whatever.
Guys, find me on SoundCloud. DSJP. I'm gonna drop some sick beats.
Yeah, sick beats with oboe for sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we'll probably have you on for that.
Recorder.
Thanks for being on, Carlos.
Recorder feature. Oh, all right.
Yes. Thanks for being on, Carlos. We appreciate you out here. And thank you too, dear listeners. We actually reached 100 views in the first week.
Actually, yo, what?
100 total views. So super awesome. Thanks everyone on the video feed and everywhere else. It's pretty cool because the hosting service I use like automatically distributed everything.
Oh really?
Really nice. Yeah, we reached huge. I think it's at like 103 total views or something, which is really cool.
And next month we're reaching 1,000.
Next month, world domination.
Yeah, exactly. 2 billion views.
But yeah, thanks everyone. And if you like the show, please leave a review. I think it really helps with exposure, or at least that's what I hear. I don't know. Try it out.
Make sure that like, comment, subscribe.
Like,
comment, subscribe.
Hit that bell.
Hit that like button.
Yep.
Hit the bell. Make sure your notifications are on for the next podcast. You never know who might be on.
Yes. Well, yeah. I'll try to have some interesting people like Carlos on. And yeah, next episodes will be out on Monday, 9 a.m. So see you guys then. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Ooh.